Republican J.D. Vance versus Democrat Tim Walz. It was the first time these two candidates met in person.
And the exchange was mostly civil, although the two clearly disagree on policy. Let's turn to our political reporter, Ahern, here with all the highlights from tonight's debate. Ahern?
We're used to more divisiveness, aren't we? Well, the biggest takeaway was it was a civil debate, whether it was abortion, climate change, guns, or the economy. They, of course, disagreed, but they did so without much name-calling. The news of the day, Iran firing nearly 200 missiles targeting Tel Aviv, and the threat of a regional war in the Middle East, the first issue discussed by J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, the vice presidential candidates.
So Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon than they were before because of Donald Trump's fickle leadership. And when Iran shot down an American aircraft in international airspace, Donald Trump tweeted, because that's the standard diplomacy of Donald Trump.
Governor Walz can criticize Donald Trump's tweets, but effective, smart diplomacy and peace through strength is how you bring stability back to a very broken world. Donald Trump has already done it once before.
On deportation, more disagreement, especially when it comes to the controversy that erupted at the Trump-Harris debate, when Trump repeated a false social media post that immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, were eating cats.
The consequences in Springfield were the governor had to send state law enforcement to escort kindergartners to school.
In Springfield, Ohio, and in communities all across this country, you've got schools that are overwhelmed. You've got hospitals that are overwhelmed. You have got housing that is totally unaffordable because we brought in millions of illegal immigrants to compete with Americans for scarce homes.
Walz did react to reports he has overstated his military experience and misstated that he was in China during Tiananmen Square protests when he wasn't.
My community knows who I am. They saw where I was at. Look, I will be the first to tell you, I have poured my heart into my community. I've tried to do the best I can, but I've not been perfect. And I'm a knucklehead at times, but it's always been about that.
Voters say it is the economy that matters most to them. And here is what the running mates have to say.
Because you've got to play whack-a-mole. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver rising take-home pay, which of course he did. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver lower inflation, which of course he did. And then you've simultaneously got to defend Kamala Harris's atrocious economic record, which has made gas, groceries, and housing unaffordable.
And I ask you out there, teachers, nurses, truck drivers, or whatever, how is it fair that you're paying your taxes every year and Donald Trump hasn't paid any federal tax in the last 15 years?
Overall, they were respectful to each other. Only at one point, the microphones were muted.
The audience can't hear you because your mics are cut.